Hello there, my name is Rachel. I'd like to talk about animation. Today we're going to talk about a new anime series from Netflix called Good Night World. Now, every time Netflix chooses an anime to sort of provide or distribute, it's always very unique and different. Once in a while, they do buy sort of cliche or the most popular anime, but once in a while, they pick one that is just so unusually different that nobody's talking about because nobody's sure is this any good or not. Even though it's based on the manga, you just don't know. Especially the trailer that you see the first time on this anime doesn't really impress me, especially how old otaku I am, that I already seen everything. You can't really oppress me, especially the storytelling or the genre they fall into. The genre they fell into this anime goes to, you follow a bunch of gamers in their own little kind of group. They have certain rules you have to listen, but you see them who they are in the gaming world, but you also see them later on in the real world. And they also have a twist. That usually for that specific genre. Nothing very unique or nothing very different. It's always the same thing. Just touch a little bit slice of life. But what they make this anime so different, that sort of genre, is sort of how they execute and the idea they add into make this anime so interesting. I think one of the biggest one is Ichi herself. That he is sort of this sort of emo who is a badass, who is trying to be this hardcore, but he does it everything from the clan, from the family of this video game he found playing this game. Because later on you find out the found family he has inside this sort of guild actually is his real family, a real life that he doesn't know actually played the game. And that's the twist that grabs you. It's like, all right, why don't we tell each other no? But better yet, what was the question is how nobody asks themselves why all their family members are playing the same game or not. And that's the sort of question that grabs you to watch the anime because you don't understand how he doesn't realize that. Especially his same brother plays the same game on his own room. His father played the same game of his office. Like he doesn't know everybody playing the same game. It just sort of happened. And this is the twist. Oh, the family, Ichi's old family, don't really like each other for a specific really reason because they have a sort of a falling out, a sort of incident of one of her sisters and mother's sort of problem that we just don't know at the very beginning because they leak a little information in each single episode to understand why have this falling out. And the reason that nobody knows what everybody playing the same game because in the guild what Ichi does play is basically have one specific rule you have to follow, that you cannot tell who you are. Just play as the game you play. In other words, don't get backstory, don't carry your real name, just use your fake name and play. And that's the rule they follow, and that's why they sort of united, not realizing they're actually blood family, their original family. I thought that sort of fascinating. It also sort of interesting, but they add things. Add another thing that is so interesting. It's the third thing that grabs you. It's sort of the politics in the game. It's that questioning. We create this new world RPG. That means, or we are new society. We have to follow the sort of rules of this society. And some gamers says no. Why? This is not a society. This is a game. We play as a game. We break the rules, or at least try to break the rules. But vice versa, because there is no rules, you have to add rules to understand how to trade with other people while being portrayed the other person. And that didn't make it so interesting because little by little you see arguments of different clans, different organizations, how you should run things, especially with the pirates to the people who run the video game, even the certain business people inside the groups trying to sell things, curious who should I sell, who should I don't, even if they follow the rules or not. And that's sort of interesting because it's sort of who should I trust, but it's all connected to Ichi's family because they're basically the OP, the one who kind of provides certain things for sort of companies, and the company's trying to protect them, but only protecting them because they had to give special items to them. But you also have pirates who want them taken down because they want something from them, and that's the sort of kind of politics go back and forth. Who do you follow? Who do you listen? Who do you don't? Who do you trust? And that is the interesting thing. That the first thing that doesn't grab you is the politics will grab you. Now the fourth and final thing is the incidents. How Ichi himself kind of deals with the issue his family have that falling out, especially how he's sort of innate that he is one of those people that cannot get out of his own room because he's had panic attacks. He doesn't know how to socialize. He doesn't know how to take a bath anymore. He's just so broken. The only safe place is the guild itself, and he's so protected of it because it's the only place he could go be himself. But he tried to talk to his own parents and his own brother, and he just can't because he remembered the incident what happened. We just don't know what it is till the very end. But you kind of get it because you see how damaged he is inside his head. He attempted to talk to his father or talk to his brother, but every time they trying to talk to him, they say a sort of way to feel Ichi is sort of offended or scared or feel they're talking down to him, but yet you've seen his point of view. But you reverse it and watch the episode again, you kind of thinking they trying to communicate or at least try to understand him, but every time they try to communicate, he sees it very different. He sees it sort of kind of looking down on him. That's why he's so offensive. That's why he doesn't want to talk to his family. Even that incident happened that he's trying to figure out. And I think that add more interesting things about this is the final thing that grabs you. The mystery of this sort of kind of griffin, not griffin, it's almost like a black bird. There's sort of a myth inside the video game that nobody knows does exist or doesn't exist because the family, Ichi's family, who built this sort of house in this little hill, is supposedly what the myth starts with. You see, the creature does exist or doesn't because the head of the family attempted to capture it. The reason you want to capture it is for the award. Why? Well, you have to find out the very end of the season. And that's sort of interesting. Is that just sort of grabs you because there are so many different layers. One of them will grab you, but just as one, each of little things sort of link to each other, to the politics, to the relationships, to the reason why we need to do this. But a little bit even more, Ichi's family or his guild are OP, but recently OP. Like, they can destroy hundreds of ships, hundreds of players, but doesn't mean they protect their own home. And that's sort of interesting because doesn't mean they can go and make things happen. They have to basically talk to people, sort of communicate, because the very beginning they asked for war from the family, and the family doesn't want to get war because nobody went or at least try to communicate. With this communication, you get to know other side characters, the reason how they connected to the family who used to be in the last 7 years, and everything set up in the 7 years. Like what happened to the when Ichi's family finally broke up, and all of them decided to join inside the video game and refund themselves, not realizing they're the same people they have in home. But that 7 years explains what happened to them, what they become before and after. And that's the thing, it just so well done. It just grabs you, especially you feel empathy about Ichi, that he's just an emo, but for a reason. You feel his pain. You understand how kind of protected he is. Even his brother attempted to get closer, but I love it that they do realize little by little of the episode. Some of the family members realize, wait, are you this person? But you really don't get a specific answer to clarify if that person is that person. And that sort of doubt makes this anime just sort of interesting because you wonder what's going to happen next. Even that Ichi himself, our main lead, has the full view of everything. Sometimes he has at least understanding, oh, my brother of the video game actually is my brother. He's not sure, he want to be confirmed, but he's sort of doubting that, and he's sort of freaking out, having this breakdown. If he does confirm, then his safe house of the video game will fall apart, break apart in other words. And that's why it grabs you. It's just so interesting in so many different angles that you want to know more what happens next. And this is the reason why I recommend it, especially if you're old anime fan, you feels nothing refreshing for a little while. This is one of those I recommend. I'm 100% sure this anime will be kind of overlooked because usually Netflix animes are overlooked a couple of times. They have a handful are very good, but sometimes people just ignore them because they're Netflix. But all that is something I do recommend. In fact, Let me ask you this. Do you like this anime? You think this is a very good one or very bad one? Tell me down below, let me know. I got nothing else to say, just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.